Well, now, we find ourselves once again in a gambling saloon, but this time over here we've got a little ball going round and round on top of a roulette table. This is a small roulette table, the sort that you would find on a gambling boat, all right? And you've tested this wheel, haven't you?
Yes.
What's your name?
Katie.
Katie. And you found out that it drops in any number at all, purely at random. We've actually lifted this out for you. You've examined underneath, and it's just a roulette wheel. Yes? Yes. You can play with the wheel, examine the wheel, you can look at the ball, you can do anything you like, all right? Now, at this end, of course, we have a gentleman who doesn't know quite what's going to happen to him. What's your name?
Neil.
Neil, certainly. What is your name? Sorry, Neil. How many times, eh? How many times? Now, listen, listen, listen. Do you gamble?
Very occasionally. Very occasionally.
This is an occasion. But you will not actually be placing chips upon the table, you know, like gamblers do. What you will be doing is placing a mental bet. Let me explain about betting at roulette. Over here, we've got the lovely Debbie McGee, and she has got one of these. This is a copy of that, all right? Now, I'll explain about it. You can bet on individual numbers on the board. You can bet on odd or even numbers, red or black numbers. You can bet on groups of numbers. If I take a chip like this, give me a chip. Now, if I, for example, I put it there, I'm betting on all 6 numbers, okay? There. If I put it there, I'm betting on these 4. If I put it there, I'm betting on those 2. There's many different ways to bet on a roulette table. Yep. One of the ways to bet is called a transversal bet, and that's what you'll be doing, and I'll explain it in a moment. First, let me just point something out. This is exactly the same as that, all right? It's just a copy, and we just mounted it above and made it into a cover that has nothing underneath, and I'll tell you why. I'm going to get up to a little bit of shenanigans under there. I am going to place a bet. But I don't want anyone at all to see what bet I'm placing, so I'll tell you what to do. You face outwards, you face outwards. Come on, face the wall, just like when you were naughty at school. And I shall put underneath here my own bet. I'll put a little pile of chips. Where shall I put it? There? No, I'll move it from there. I'll put it there. No. You're all very curious about this. But I've moved my arm about now for you to not know exactly where I've put those chips, and in fact now you two can turn round, right? Now a transversal bet is this. You take a chip and you put it on a row like that, yes? I want you to think of one row. It could be 19, 20, 21, 13, 14, 15, 7, 8, 9, any row, 34, 35, 36, across the table. But you do that mentally, and before you actually decide to make your mind, I must show you that in my wallet here, I do have a playing card. The playing card will mean a lot later. There's only one playing card in my wallet, and I'll just put it there for now. Now, just please place a mental bet. Don't tell me what it is or where it is. Okay? Got one? Take up that slate and write the 3 numbers that you have thought of, one below the other, without letting me see what it is. Okay? So, in other words, pick the slate up towards you and write them down one above the other and keep it up. At the same time, you spin the wheel. That's it. Spin it round and round. Whoops. A professional croupier we have here, yeah. There's no need to stop the wheel. It was the ball that you dropped. That's it. No, that's the same way. It's got to go the opposite way for it to be a legal bet. There we go. Round and round it goes. Now, that has landed in number 1. It's your decision. Do you want to use that number, or would you prefer to have another go? It's up to you.
No, I have another go.
You're going to have another go. Fine. You take that out, spin the wheel, and no, this way. Oh, any way you like. Yes, so long as it gets in. Now, all right. There you go. Now, you've landed in number 20. Are you happy with that, or do you want another go?
No, that's all right.
You're happy with 20? Okay. Now, you've obviously had a free choice there. Yeah? What I want you to do now is I want you to write down the number 20 below the 3 numbers you've already written down. Do you understand that? Yeah? I'm going to take out my card, because I don't know, you know, where your mental bet is. I'm going to take out my card like this. Can't get it out. And I'm just going to flip it out like that and put it onto the table. Yep. Nobody knows what it is. Now, what I want you to do now is add your numbers all together. Add them together. That's what I want you to do. You add them all together. Now, as you're adding them up, just tell me when you can actually say out loud, I finished that, Paul.
It's done.
It is done. You therefore have an answer that's got at least 2 digits in its answer. Yes?
Yes.
Yes. What I want you to do then is add the digits together. So if you've got like 56, you'd come back to 5 and 6 being 11. Then you'd add the 1 and the 1 together and you'd have 2. But whatever your answer is, please add the digits together. Have you got 1 digit now in your head?
Yeah.
You have. What is it?
8.
8. Write 8 on the other side of here. Large. Okay? Because now we all know, let's face it, you had a random bet on the table, didn't you?
Correct.
Yeah? I couldn't have known where you were going to put your bet. Right? I couldn't have known where the wheel was, especially with a croupier of this quality. Yes? Okay? But you finished up with this number 8. Yeah? And I finished up with this number 8. Okay? On my card. In fact, that's what I started off with. That's what you finished up with. Good. There's something else. There is something else. I still don't know what you bet on, and it really doesn't matter. Did you have a winning bet when she chose number 20?
No.
You didn't? Oh, what a shame. But yes, it is a shame, because underneath here, I think you'll find that I did. I had it on 20. There you go. It only goes to prove not only should you not play cards with strangers, maybe you shouldn't play roulette either.